What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Spectrum Show, and welcome, folks, to the official start of Season 1! My name is Spencer, and this is Preston, and I'm so excited to finally be here.
Absolutely correct, Spence. After an incredibly long pilot season, we have an incredible season prepared for you guys, especially new content every single month.
You heard that right, folks. 12 new episodes of the Spectrum Show for 12 months straight. But before we get to the future, we need to focus on what's happening now. As during this episode, we will be recapping all of the pilot season of the show, and we'll also look into the future of the show and what you guys can expect from this first main season.
Don't go anywhere. The Spectrum Show will be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. We are the cast of the Spectrum Show, and it is officially time for our first Spectrum of Opinions discussion of Season 1. For this first discussion, we've decided to keep it a little on the simpler side, and we'll be discussing everything regarding the pilot season, whether it be the successes, the things we could have done better with, and the things we can improve on in this first main season. So, Preston, what is your spectrum of opinions on our pilot season?
Well, I think it's more, So a lot of what happened with last season was a lot behind the scenes, like getting to studios on time, getting people where they need to be. That's always difficult, especially when you're finishing up high school and being like top of your class, making sure your speech is good, making sure like you're looking at that kind of stuff, focusing on college, doing that kind of stuff. Minus adding a whole nother thing on top of that is all very stressful.
Yeah, because I had graduated the year prior, and you guys had...
2 years.
Oh, yeah, 2 years ago, and then you guys were just about to at that point, and Max is about to this year, I believe.
Yeah.
But honestly, I will agree the communication aspect was definitely something we could have improved upon.
Yeah.
And I think that, if we can get that down to a science every single month, and that's another reason why we're doing this.
Yeah.
If we can nail down these dates, because we have to reserve our sessions, obviously, and for those who may not know. But yeah, I think we need to get communication down to a science, I think. And coordination as well, because we need to, because we set up today in, less than 30 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, we had to, I think it took 15, maybe 20 minutes to set the whole, studio up today.
Yeah, and
But that might not be always the same, because wasn't these already here when we got here?
Or
did you bring them out?
We brought them out. They brought them out. Our crew helped bring them out.
Okay,
but I will say that basically, and people don't realize this, but we are in a public access studio when we film this, and as much as I hate to admit it, if we're gonna we want to reach our full potential, we need to do stuff not only outside the studio, but at our homes too. We need to bleed, and that's why we've been doing a lot of the live streams as well. Is that way we don't have that capability here. We have I love working at the studio. Don't get me wrong, but we need to be free. We need to be able to do so many different things regarding at home, whether it be at a location or in the studio. We need to be able to hit all of that, you know?
Yeah, I understand that, but it's also, we had some ups and downs this season. So what do you think, you're kind of going off of what you're saying with trying to reach your full potential, what do you think the top 3 most struggles you had in the pilot season, and also what were the top 3 successes you think we crossed, or milestones in the same season?
So let's go bad and then go good. So for struggles, I'd say, I think just coordination and communication was definitely number 3. I think. Number 2,
that was the least stressful?
Actually, that was number 2, I'd say. Number 3 would probably be just the writing aspect of it, because I'm literally doing writing, hosting, and editing too at this moment in time. And then Preston hopefully will be doing it this season, which is amazing. Yep. So he's gonna be a real hero for that. Give him some love in the comments. But
giving people stress-free is the worst thing I can do for myself, but it's the best thing for others.
Honestly, my number 1 pick probably would be is actually pretty surprising, honestly.
Really?
Because I think the real problem with season 1, or no, the pilot season, sorry. I think the problem was that it just took too long. I think.
Yeah, I think it took way too long. It was almost a year to film 4 episodes, right?
It took us. We did 1 episode in April, got that out immediately in like early May. We filmed an episode in May and then released that in August.
But that was due to our past editor, no names, but that was due to our past editor.
They
just
dropped out, basically.
Dropped out after the filming.
And I can respect her decision. Don't get me wrong.
I respect it too. But at the same time, if they didn't want to, if they were unsure of it, back when we were filming, and I don't hold any grudges. I don't hold this against
and we're not
them,
trying to throw shade either. We should bring that up.
That's why we don't add our name. I don't add their name. But at the same time, they could have said something at the beginning
they told me.
Then
it
would have been easier to have a backup plan in case.
Yeah, and I don't have any problems with this person. I need to stress that. Like, in fact, I want to be good with this person. I think, and we still have to talk a little bit, But honestly, I think it's. But then again, we got both. The final 2 episodes both came out in November, and we did a couple of live streams in between all that.
Yeah, you did a lot of live streams. I was mainly just here on camera behind, helping out where I could. Because I have a life of my own. Again, I was graduating this past year, starting college, which is always stressful, and also working to get a license and then my permit, then license. All that mixed together is very, very stressful and very, very difficult to put into perspective. That is just 1 year, let alone this year.
Yeah,
where I'm still going for my license, when I'm still continuing on to my major. It's just very, very difficult.
Yeah, and we have a ton of plans this year. We have, like I said, 12 episodes for 12 months straight. So if we need to really step up our game if we're going to get 12 episodes out every single month. Yeah. So I have to write like the first couple week. We have to film hopefully sometime in the middle, at the end of that, and then edit like right as soon as possible and get that out basically. Yeah. But it's gonna be tough, but hopefully with your guys' support we can make that happen.
With all that behind, what do you think your biggest successes were in the pilot season?
Success, I'd say I think the number 1 success was that first.
Wait, start with 3. Start with the 3 least amount of success compared to the other 2.
I think number 3 was definitely the live streams. I think because they were just, you could tell I was enjoying it so much. Honestly, I really had the time of my life recording those streaming those streams. Like me and Max got a couple in, and they were the most fun.
You also had some outsourced help with.
I did. Joe and Ben actually helped out on the PlayStation Showcase event, and honestly, it's honestly been really easy. I remember when we did the Game Awards live stream. That was a particular highlight. Granted, it took forever because we streamed for 4.5 hours. I don't know if you saw that, but
I was not watching. I'll admit.
I see how it is.
I was doing housework. I was helping my folks.
But we were going for 4.5 hours. The thing we started at 8 o'clock and went to 11:30. It was insane. And we didn't even do a proper outro because we were we need to call this thing. We were so tired at the end of it, but it was the Game Awards live stream, that was the one I was most proud of, I think, because it took forever, but it was a really cool show nonetheless. And honestly, no shade on Jeff Keighley, of course. He was a great person probably, and he knows how to host things, but I don't think we're going to watch the Game Awards again this year. It took too long, and if I do, it's probably just going to be me watching it too. Yeah. Because
what was your biggest success so far? Because we talked about the top 2, but not your biggest.
Number 2, I haven't even said number 2 yet, but I think
this is only number 1.
No. Number 3 was the Game Awards.
Okay.
Number 2, I'd say the very first episode, because for those who may not know this, a little behind the scenes secret, we were talking about this earlier, Preston. Yeah. We had no mess ups on that first episode. It was and at the time we had no experience too.
It was also very imposter syndrome. I find this when I was helping a lot of people out with editing, or not with editing, but with filming, because I do outsource stuff, so I help people, and we did a lot of, with a particular person who just wrote a book, they were so nervous. They were like, "Oh my gosh, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up."
Oh, you're talking about
Then
your experience. I see.
And then immediately flipping and being perfect and so flush with everything so cleanly.
Yeah,
it was unreal. It was unmatched compared to anything else I've seen.
Yeah, and honestly, like, sorry, I just hit my microphone there. But honestly, I think that was the episode I was most proud of, honestly. But I think my biggest overall success for the pilot season was just completing it, because it was so worth the time, I think. And just doing this series alone is like, it's the most gratifying thing or is that the right word? Like, most proud I've been of ever doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, and we, not to say too much, but we have some really exciting plans for this year. Like, and you guys got a little teaser of them in the pilot season, like in episodes 3 and 4. But like, guys, like those episodes were nothing compared to what's on the way. Like, hopefully we can do a proper summer of Spectrum. We can do, maybe we can get us some holiday episodes if we want to.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it might be a little difficult because of like some of the holidays are like at random parts throughout the year. Like we unfortunately we want. I'm gonna say this right now, and I'm gonna go on record saying this. I wanted to do a Super Bowl episode this year. That's probably not gonna happen because like there's just not enough time to cover it. Obviously, we would have been doing it in January had we not started the season. Obviously, maybe if we get to multiple episodes a month, we can do that. But that's a long ways away.
Yeah.
And I will also say that like a Halloween episode might be doable, but like a Christmas or New Year's episode is probably gonna be difficult.
Yeah, it's near to impossible to do those kinds of episodes.
Yeah, unless we did like a live stream or something
Yeah.
Maybe we could do that.
Or something on the Patreon, maybe.
We could. I mean, because that's not activated yet, but we're hopefully gonna get it out by March or April. Actually, maybe even earlier, if depending on what we have to do. Because for those unaware, we're gonna start a Patreon, and hopefully with that, we're gonna be able to do some watch-alongs of like shows and movies and stuff, like, because we've just been reviewing them. We'd like to actually see you guys what we actually think of them, like right when they happen, like.
Yeah. Our pure reaction to them.
Exactly, react to them.
So you and Max, and sometimes me, depending on
those
who's
episodes
available, will be on Patreon very soon. Not activated, but we hope we'll get those out in a couple months.
And we'll talk more about what the films and shows we're gonna watch when that time comes. But it's a good lineup for the first wave of this year.
Yeah,
and I will say this right now, the stuff we have currently in the lineup, it's not everything. I mean, this is just the stuff we need to do. There's also stuff we want to do, of course, but like we'll get to that in a moment. So,
what do you think? If you could go back to when you were starting this whole process, if you can go back in time to that point where you're like, "Oh, I want to start this," what would you say would be your word or phrase you would say? Because there used to be an added person to this group.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's one of our other friends. He was supposed to help us out in the season, like, but he never was able to because like so many things came up for him. I mean, I love the guy and I respect the guy, but I mean, it was tough. Him not helping us, and he's apologized, of course, but like and hopefully he can help us out with a live stream or something at best.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, I'll talk to him about it at some point, but I would, and he still wants to do it. He just hasn't had the time, apparently. That's just what I've been told, of course. But honestly, I think if I were to, I mean, he still wants to help. So hopefully we can get him introduced him to you guys at some point. But because he was with us for the initial like development of this thing too.
He was there when we brought it up to the people here at Access.
He was at the initial meeting too. That's true.
At the initial meeting, he signed the papers saying, "Hey, I want to help with this," but he never actually came in for a filming day. He never did.
I thought he was on episode. What I could have sworn he was on episode 1, maybe for like behind the camera, or maybe he.
No, I don't think he was behind. No, I think he was in front of the camera.
He never was in front of the camera.
He never was.
He was only behind the camera, if anything.
I don't think so. I want to double
Then
check.
I'll talk to him about it later.
Or no,
but
I'll look it up before we get
yeah, because
before this episode's over, we'll tell you guys if it's true or not.
yeah, and we'll figure that out. We'll put it in a post clip, editing clip.
Yeah.
But I will also say that we've actually, even though he hasn't helped some people, we've lost a couple members. They've left us. That's what I'm trying to say. But I will say that we've gained a couple actually.
Yeah.
And that was another success we had. Even though we
Yeah.
lost, we were able to regain some people.
Yeah.
Like some of our team behind the camera we gained another camera person,
Yep.
which is great. One of my closest friends from middle school has been interested in helping us. She's gonna do hopefully some graphic design and some photo shoots, hopefully in the future. And I think I've told you about her before.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll hopefully be helping us out and do some promotional material and maybe do some live streaming as well.
And so what do you think what's the biggest thing you would try to focus on as a creator and as someone who's trying to get, I don't know how to put this.
Like get success or something?
How do you think you would be able to build success on this first pilot season? What do you think you'll have to change? What do you think you'll have to...
you mean the first main season?
First main season. What do you think is your key changes?
I think the real key trick is sustaining the excitement and consistency. I think we have to get all the episodes and fulfilling on the promises, of course.
Yeah.
And if we can't obtain something, we have to address it and make it noticeable.
Yeah. But it's also what happens if you do start to build your influence on people and people start seeing you as an actual content creator. What do you think at that point? You will actually go into this full time, or you think you will keep with your current job or keep with what you know today?
That is an excellent point, because for those unaware, we do work other jobs outside of this. Yes, and I think at this point in time, we can't get out of those jobs. I think they're not bad jobs or anything, but they're we need to do that to at least help us with this, at least, I think.
Well, I feel like for me, it's more of something that I love to do, and I have a passion for it. And I think for you, I don't know about you, but what I've heard off of what you've told me is that you enjoy the job, but it's just a job, dude. It's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, this is like my passion, basically, and hopefully I'm actually at our studio. We can hopefully, if my other job, because I don't know how much longer we're going to be there, honestly. I don't want to go too much into details, but hopefully I can get a job at the studio if there's even a possibility. I'm surprising our production team with this, I know, but honestly, it would mean the world to me if I could even get a job here if that opportunity arises.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed, you guys.
Yeah. Do you think...
Not for the worst, but for the best, you know?
Do you think that getting a job here will help benefit the show?
Oh, absolutely,
Or
I think.
do you think it will do a little bit more damage because you're also working with employees as you're in front of the camera instead of behind?
Well, I think I've done a lot of stuff behind the camera, so I don't think it'll be changed that much, I don't think.
Okay. Do you think, how do you think that what else is there?
We've covered a lot, honestly.
Yeah. What about the future? What do you think well, actually, no, we already talked about that as well.
Yeah, the future, regardless, I think we need to just keep...
Oh, what's the top 3 movies you're most excited for? Top 3 months you're excited for?
I think for the
2024 season.
I think for the 2024 season, I'm looking forward to, in no particular order, by the way. I think July is one of the ones I'm really looking forward to, and I think you probably know why for that one. December is the one I'm going to get to that one in a moment, but the summer months are just are just grouped together as the middle, I say.
Yeah, that's the ones that you'll mainly want to look at in the future.
Yeah, and
so,
I'm just going to group, so in no particular order, March and April are probably the bottom of the list, even though there's really good stuff happening there. The summer months are probably going to be really, really good because there's a lot of like really quality content happening.
That plus we have more time to actually like
Absolutely,
look at
and that way we can churn out some more. But the month I'm actually looking forward to the most is probably December, honestly.
Yeah.
Because for those unaware, there's a really big movie out that we're going to cover. We have some really cool plans for that one.
And didn't you tell me once that we have a big surprise possibly coming? I'm not leaking anything right now. It is just a possibility right now. It might be going somewhere.
Oh, that's a good point. We haven't confirmed anything yet, and I don't know.
Again, this is all unknown to me or to us yet.
Yeah,
but there's a possibility
that we could be doing. Yeah, there is a possibility that we could be doing something out of the studio. But I will say, it's not official yet. We can't confirm or deny anything, but because we don't even know if it's ever gonna happen. But if it ever does, or when it does, we'll be sure to let you know. And if this actually works, this could be huge for the channel. Like, it's not like we're gonna be hosting an event at somewhere else. I mean, it's like we just want to go somewhere to cover stuff. Like,
yeah.
Because for those unaware, E3 is just dead, so I'm never gonna get to experience that.
Well, you never know, because E3 is that's when like the big stuff comes out, right?
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like they just straight up discontinued it because like
COVID.
No, not even COVID, because like they just everyone backed out last year. They tried to get everyone back for an in-person event. They're like, yeah, you need us, we don't need you.
Yeah.
But like, which is not really the case. I think we all need each other in the entertainment space. I think, but
yeah, especially because of a certain massive brand. I'm not gonna say brands just because it will. I don't want to possibly get into it, but there's a certain brand that's slowly taking over. That is gonna be pretty much over the whole scene in the next couple of years. Is what they're looking at.
As in a company or something?
And a company, yes. They have a lot of TV series. They have a lot of entertainment on the camera side, but they also are starting to look at more gaming stuff as well. Is what I'm hearing.
Wait, what? Wait,
I'll tell you off screen. I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. Because I actually kind of don't know who you're talking about. Is it? Oh, okay. Then I do know who you're talking about. Never mind, folks. I think we all actually know who we're talking about. I think.
Yeah, I just don't want to say the name.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're not going to get us for that. I don't think, but
you never know.
That is true. I mean, but if you know, you know, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. And
you can tell based on the content we've covered this year, you probably guess.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, it's free marketing, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But yeah. So is there anything else that we need to discuss, or are we going to move on to our next segment?
I feel like we can move on to our next our next segment.
Okay then. So, folks, we're about done with this particular discussion, but don't go anywhere. As like I said, we have some exciting announcements coming up in our next segment.
Stay tuned, and the Spectrum Show will be right back.
Damn right it will be.
Welcome back, folks. We are the cast of the Spectrum Show, and during this segment, we're going to make some massive announcements regarding a few of the plans we have for this season. And much like the pilot season, I will be going in blind. Therefore, I do not know what Spencer is going to share with us. Yeah.
That's okay, Preston. You got that. With all due grace and speed, but that's right, man. And you literally know nothing about what I'm going to share with you. So that being said, I have all my notes right here on my phone. If I can get the password in. And I'm going to go over them one by one, and hopefully you guys get excited for the future of the Spectrum Show. So, you ready to hear them?
I'm ready, but what are the deadlines?
Good question, actually. Our deadlines, we're going to try and get an episode out by the last day of every month. That is the plan. And if we can't get one out, we'll be, like I said, we'll be sure to let you know. But yeah, so our goals for each month, we're going to have a new episode every month. And these are the stuff we're going to these are the pieces of content we're going to review. So, in February, we're going to be reviewing Madam Web, which is a Spider-Man spinoff. In March, we're going to try and do both Dune Part 2 and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire then.
Okay.
And those will both be in March. Probably also be some birthday stuff in there because that's when my birthday is. In April, I didn't actually write this, but I'm going to put this in anywhere. We're going to do a 1-year anniversary episode of the Spectrum Show because we started the show production-wise in April, so that'll be like our 1-year anniversary episode. In May, we're going to do, for those of you who may remember, we did Guardians in May. We don't have a Marvel movie this May, but we're going to be doing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Because, have you seen any of those movies?
No, I'm not.
Well, this one should hopefully be good because it'll be like kind of like Force Awakens was for Star Wars, it seems like. So it's like, to where it's like you don't need to know about the previous stuff to know this stuff. Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm getting at least. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But in June, we're going to be doing Bad Boys 4, which is the Will Smith, Martin Lawrence film that you guys probably know about.
I've not seen a single one.
I'll get to that in a moment. But in July is the big one. We're going to be doing Deadpool 3. That's like the one that you guys probably are definitely going to want to see because that's like one of our most anticipated films of the year without question because it's Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, people. What's not to love?
And the amount, and especially because Jackman lost a lot of weight and got super, super buff again.
Yeah, and he's playing freaking Wolverine, people. Well, the X-Men are finally coming in, or kind of. They're kind of coming in.
They're kind of coming in a little late, but
better late than never.
Yeah.
In August, we're gonna be doing Kraven the Hunter, which is another Spider-Man spinoff. In September, this is a plot twist. You didn't see this one coming. We're gonna do Beetlejuice 2.
You told me about that.
Beetlejuice 2, and so we're probably gonna watch the first one before that sometime.
On the Patreon, maybe.
Yeah, I'll get to that. In October, we're gonna do kind of a Halloween theme. We're gonna do the sequel to Joker Folie à Deux. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, you're not gonna see me for that one.
Yeah, it's actually not that. From what I've heard, the first one isn't terribly scary.
I'm not into anything scary or anything like that. It's not fear. It's just something I don't do. It's something that I just hate as a whole.
And I mean, but hopefully the second one's supposed to be a musical apparently. So it's like,
damn.
I mean, it's Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga starring in it. So then we'll see. Fingers crossed. I mean, it'll probably be. I mean, Lady Gaga's a pretty talented actress, so she as well, or performer in general. So
yeah.
She'll probably steal the show in it, much like Haley Steinfeld did in Hawkeye. But anyway, goodness gracious. In November, this is where things get interesting. We have another double feature. We're going to be doing Venom 3. We're also going to do Gladiator 2. Because for those of you who know, Gladiator, the first one is like one of the most iconic films of all times. And the sequel apparently is going to be coming out in November, from what I've heard. Now, granted, I will say these dates could be subject to change. And God, I can't even speak today. Yeah, so if anything changes, we'll let you know, and we'll figure out something to make up for that. We're gonna need to make up some backup plans. That's something we didn't mention in the last section.
Have you ever thought, what else is in November?
I have, yeah, I have. I'm still working. I haven't looked at the full thing, but like I said, keep them posted.
It's nothing on a calendar except for my family's.
I mean, we can do them late if we need to. I mean,
my birthday is in November.
That's true.
What the hell?
I'm so sorry, but regardless, we'll probably do an episode for Preston's birthday in November if we're able to. But I'm talking about the content side of things, okay?
It's my 20th. You'd think you would know a guy after about 5 years of knowing him when his birthday is. It's been 5 years since we started.
That's crazy to think about, but okay. On that note, but yeah, the final thing, and this is the thing that I'm most excited about, and this is the reason why I said December was my most anticipated month, is because we're gonna do a review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and honestly, like we've been once I watched the first two movies, I was floored, and there's the Knuckles series is coming out this year.
And I cannot believe you saw them so late. I saw them.
I just saw them so late, and
I don't know how
I missed out on those.
So what I normally do is put on a older movie when I am cleaning or doing housework or cooking dinner. But that was, I only do that when I only watch movies or listen to movies at that point. I made an exception and put them both on when I was just hanging out because of how good they were supposed to be.
And they are so good, actually. And it reignited my love for that franchise, too.
Yeah, and also, like, it's clearly showing how Sega is moving on from just games, because there's so many games, there's so many TV shows, but they're adding in.
And the movies have been very consistent, too. Don't forget that. And with 3 shaping up to be the best one, hopefully. Like, there's no way this can't fail.
There's a big build-up. Jim Carrey might be still in it.
Yeah, there's
Jim Carrey's still in the franchise. You still have
TBD.
Sonic. No, you never saw a body. I always like to say in the movie industry, a character is never dead unless if you see a dead body or a rotting corpse on screen.
Good God, Preston. But
it's gory, yes, but it's very true nonetheless.
Maybe so, but then again, Jim Carrey retired, so anything's possible.
Oh, he retired from acting?
Well, it could be temporary. This might, if anything, if he does, this film is probably going to be his last role, probably.
Oh, yeah, he wants to go big. He wants to go on a big note, which will be it, yeah.
Yeah, but regardless.
No pun intended for the TV show Big Bang.
I hate that show, by the way. I'm
Love it.
We can't be friends. No, just kidding, just kidding.
Oh, that's another good TV series, Friends.
We're not doing.
I can go on all day.
I'm going on record and saying this. We're not doing sitcoms, ever. This is pure franchise related stuff. But on that note, we also need to talk about the Patreon, because we're gonna set that up hopefully by the end of the month, or by the tail end of the month, I should say.
Yeah.
And here are the projects that we're planning on reacting to at some point. This is not the definitive order we're gonna do it in, but these are the films we definitely need to watch. We're gonna do the first Dune film. We're gonna do all the Ghostbusters films. So 1, 2, Afterlife, and the 2016 one, which I personally really like, not gonna lie. We're gonna do all the Bad Boys films, the first 3. We're gonna do the first.
I'm sorry. Whenever you say Bad Boys, all I think is the Cops theme song.
Anyway, we're gonna do the first Beetlejuice film, which for some reason I've never seen before. We're gonna do.
I haven't either. My family is big into musicals and stuff.
It's a Halloween film, kind of.
Yeah, count me out of that one. You and Max have fun.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, and
next.
That one might actually be tough, and I think about because of all the music in it, because we might have to copyright, turn down for all the songs probably.
Well, if it's Beetlejuice, it's gonna be half the movie's gonna be songs.
That's a good point, actually. We need.
So I feel like
that one might be tough to do, honestly.
I feel like if we stay away from our musicals right now, and just turn our heads.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And just work towards.
So we might watch that one on our own time. Maybe we'll do a little bit. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we won't. But
maybe we'll do highlights. Maybe we'll do some we'll film it, do some highlights without the music, and shoot that way.
Or we just turn it down during the musical segments too if we want to.
Okay.
I mean that would make.
We'll figure it out when it comes. We'll figure it out in that month.
Probably around August we do that because Beetlejuice 2 comes out in September. But we're gonna do the first Joker film, which I've heard is phenomenal. Apparently, I mean you don't have to watch that one if you don't want to. But we're gonna do the first 2 Sonic films, which makes sense. We're gonna do the Knuckles series, depending on how they plan to release that.
And I will confidently tell you, I am not gonna watch the Knuckles series until this comes out. Just so you guys get my pure reaction.
Yeah.
So you guys better like it.
Yeah, I want this to be so good. I don't know how much potential it has, but I want it to be so good. Yeah. But and I didn't throw this one in last minute, but for that 1-year anniversary time in April, we're gonna do a reaction to the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which if you guys remember, that's the first episode we ever did.
That should be our 1-year anniversary thing.
That's what I'm saying. That we react to it during that time, in April.
Oh, okay.
And then future and TBD stuff. This is where things we may throw some other things in, but they're not to be not confirmed yet. We're just if we have the time. Here's some of the things we want to do. We definitely want to do the MCU. We're diehard MCU fans.
Yeah, I am a person who got into the MCU kind of with this guy.
Yeah,
he's kind of helped me through it.
Yeah, and
I watch the MCU, but I only watch. I don't listen to the comics or anything like that.
But I will
this guy has, so I'm gonna let him lead.
But I will say, I think for the MCU films, we're gonna do it a little bit differently. We're gonna do it in release order, but we're gonna do all of the content. So everything on the Sacred Timeline, which is the main story. So Infinity Saga, Defender Saga, the ABC shows and the Hulu shows, we're gonna do all of it.
Good luck. That's at least a week-long watching.
Well, some of the shows are long, but not all of them. But we also want to do the Fast and Furious films because we were actually supposed to do a Fast X review back in.
That was planned, but we never actually pulled through it because of deadlines.
Logistics, yeah.
And we just had to break deadlines and break shoots left and right. If we didn't, we were screwed.
Yeah, and our person wasn't comfortable on camera doing it, so I didn't know that before. So we're gonna have to do that another time. One of the other films.
Maybe when the next Fast and Furious movie comes out.
Yeah, and I also forgot to put this on here, but we also want to do the new DC universe stuff, like
DC. I'm gonna be taking back for DC.
Yeah,
I'm Marvel and Sonic guy. Seriously, Max to any other.
I mean, when Creature Commandos and Waller come out this year, those will probably be like the real start to the DC franchise.
Yeah.
Nice. And then, in the last thing I want to do, and this is, my dad actually suggested this, because I've never seen any of these films, which is shocking to think about. We're gonna watch the Dark Knight trilogy.
Dark Knight?
The Batman films.
Yeah, DC. Nope.
I mean, those are like, I know you don't like those, but I've actually never seen the Dark Knight films, so I'll be going in blind with seeing how good they really are. I mean, and we'll see. I mean, those are films I really want to see. Maybe let us know in the comments actually what other films do you want to see us do? Like, do we maybe Lord of the Rings, Tron, Disney? Like, what else do you want us to do? Like,
yeah, again, like if you want us to, we could actually have. I could do this on my channel, but
when yours get set up, of course.
When I do have mine set up,
it is set
able
up.
to be put in with subscribers. I just don't have any videos out yet, just because I am looking at taking the course and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he's doing a college course, just for reference.
I'm taking a college course for editing, so you're gonna see. I'd rather put out good, meaningful, edited things versus just
stuff for entertainment.
So the first thing I have lined up for a second or first video will be a ziplining adventure and kind of a full trip to Sebago Lake, some ups and downs, so I'm excited for where I'm not. So you'll see that
he'll be doing
coming
some vlogs,
soon.
but
this summer. Yeah. So don't expect it to be until then.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before he gets content out on his channel, and hopefully we can get, like I said in the announcements on the last episode, that we can hopefully get some vlogs and behind the scenes stuff on our channel too. Hopefully. Yeah. Like as in the Spectrum Show channel, but So, think these plans are doable?
I think they're doable. I just think that we have to do a lot better prep work behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I feel like we're good.
Yeah, and if anything changes, we will be sure to let you know in like a community post or whatnot, because maybe that's something we should start doing as well. Maybe some community posts on the YouTube side of things.
Yeah, like if you want to just get a Q&A, we could set that up for our Patreon. Or we can do a live stream with that.
Yeah, maybe we could even do a Q&A like at the studio, make like a live studio session where we have like people come in.
I feel like that's pretty ambitious for right now.
It would be, but like maybe it could be like just people who are local or people in who are on the spectrum, like because why we call it the Spectrum Show. Maybe we could do like some of our friends and maybe like get some local community members. If you guys are interested in that, just let us know. Maybe we could set something up in like August or something, or. I know it's pretty specific, but like I would love to be able to interact with you guys.
Yeah, me too. I'm always a fan of interacting with fans and as a community, because I just hate thinking that you're just fans. I think of you guys as a community.
Absolutely.
As well as I think every other creator does.
Yeah, I mean, even though they don't specifically say it, I'm sure that a lot of them think it.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think we're about done here with this particular session, but don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back, and we'll wrap up the show for you guys. Well, Preston, I think this first season of the Spectrum Show is off to a freaking flying start. However, there is a lot more content on the way, and the best is yet to come. So we hope you join us for this true start of this incredible journey we're about to go on this year, and this season for that matter. Also, if you're wondering where in the world Max was, he unfortunately couldn't make it due to last-minute plans that he didn't have much of a say in. And considering we'll be discussing Madam Web next month, he won't be there for that episode either because he's usually not here for the Marvel episodes. Therefore, he's not caught up. That being said, we'll hopefully have him back in for March for our Dune Part 2 and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire episode.
So with that being said, if you don't want to miss on anything that happens in the first season, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single piece of content with us.
Of course.
So with that being said,
and don't forget, while you're down there, please leave a like, a friendly comment, and share it with your family and friends because let's be real, word of mouth is the only way we can get the show to be better than ever, you know?
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Threads, Twitch, and upcoming Patreon when it becomes available. Thank you to all watching, and until next time,
good night, everybody.